Okay, ladies and gentlemen, today you're going to be treated to Will's diet. My diet consists of just sensible eating, small portions. Smaller the portion, the more weight you'll lose. The better the eating, the greater you'll feel. So these are power greens with um, romaine hearts, just regular hearts of romaine that you can buy at just about any store. So I got those and cut those up. I cut up what's known as power greens, and it's kind of hard to find them. But you'll notice they have baby Swiss chard, they have kale, and they also have spinach in it. Okay? So then I cut up all fresh vegetables, and I know it's going to be hard for you to disseminate and detect all the different vegetables, but this bowl consists of broccoli, zucchini squash, red cabbage, uh, carrots. I've grated up some ginger in here. I've minced up some garlic in here. I have the broccoli, as you can see. I have this vegetable called jicama. It's similar to me to an apple as far as consistency and flavor. I have green onions in here. I have some tomatillos in here that I've diced up. I have some radishes that I've cut up. I also use radish leaves in the mix there. What else is it? And there's a variety of other vegetables that are normally put in here. I also will add cauliflower. I'm going to do a power mix that has nuts and craisins or cranberry raisins. It also has some other berries like blueberries in it. I'm going to mix that in here too. Then I'm getting ready to add some dry seasonings to it. A couple of them that I'm going to add is dry dill because I didn't have an opportunity to go out and buy fresh dill. So I'm going to add dry dill. I love tarragon in mine. It has kind of a licoricey smell, but it's just a different taste in there. Makes it awesome. So in a second, I'm going to, after I get through seasoning the vegetables, no salt at all. After I get through seasoning the vegetables, then the next thing I'm going to do is to plate them all into the containers. They're going to go into my refrigerator. So I'll have lunch every day this week will be one of those. No breakfast. When I come home in the evening, I'll eat something similar to this, but probably a smaller portion than this. And there's some other things I do too. We may talk about it. Right now, oh yeah, I also have baked some salmon. If you'll notice, there's also salmon heads in here. I bought the entire salmon fish. So I have the head, I have the tail, I have all of the different steaks and pieces of it. And no, this is not the entire salmon. I've been cooking salmon for the last 3 days. I also have placed a large portion of them into my freezer. So those are salmon steaks individually wrapped in sandwich bags and seasoned. Okay? So after I plate, we'll come back and finish up this video of Will's diet. Okay, I'm back. If you look at the top of this salad, I've sprinkled a bunch of different dry herbs onto it. I sprinkled mint and dill. Both of those were bought fresh by me, and I placed them on paper towel for a couple of days and then onto wax paper for a few more days until they were totally dry. Then I crushed them up and put them in a bottle for myself. And then I added tarragon, which was purchased. I also added this thing called pizza spice, and it has no salt in it, so I can go ahead and use it. The reason I don't use salt is because it makes the salad kind of soggy if you leave it in the refrigerator for a few days. I have the fortunate blessing that when I put things into my refrigerator, which is super cold, they last sometimes almost 2 weeks, where the salad is fresh and crunchy, and I believe the nutrients are still in it. If you disagree, you can comment below. Now I'm getting ready to mix this up, and then I'm going to put it in with the other, put it on top of the salad greens. Another thing I failed to mention is I also took cilantro leaves and curly parsley, and I took them, cleaned them, washed them, and then cut them up and mixed them in with the salad greens. I used to cut them up and put them in with the vegetable mix, but the reason I didn't put them with the vegetable mix is because a lot of times I'll take all of this leftover vegetable things, and I'll end up making other dishes that I stir fry with it. And it's a nice little healthy and tasty treat. So we're going to work on getting these salads built, and you'll see the finished product in a moment. Okay, so we're back. I've completed compiling the salads. Piece of carrot. Tastes good. I completed compiling the salads. What I did was took 1 full heaping spoon and then 1 level spoon. And I'm looking around for my spoon. I think I've already ditched it. I wanted to show, yeah, I did. I put it in the dish pan already. But I wanted you to see the size of the spoon. That's the size of the spoon, okay? So, I compiled a list of all of the different vegetables that I added, and it follows: zucchini squash, red cabbage, green onions, red onions, jicama, broccoli, tomatillo, carrots, grated ginger, grated fresh turmeric, radish, celery, radish leaves also, and red sweet peppers. This is just one combination, one variation of the way that I do them. I normally have cauliflower and some other different vegetables that I add into it. Fresh anise, I've also done it with parsnips before too. And all of them just add to more health and life. So what I did was the baked salmon that I had, I just got one small, just one small salmon steak. And I removed the bone from the center right here and placed it on top. Because when I go to work, that's how I'm going to be, that's what I'm going to do every morning before work. I told you I was cooking salmon all week. What I'll end up doing is getting one half of a regular size salmon steak that I've already cooked, place it on top of this, and take it to work. By the time that all of them are room temperature, then the juices off of the salmon have permeated through the salad, which gives it flavor and taste. I never have to put salad dressing on anything. Just the flavors of the salmon, using my seafood spice that I created, just makes it for an awesome combination. So that's how I stay healthy. Tip of the day, you'll notice that I'm working on a custom-made wood top that goes onto the top of my table. I created and made this wood top. And a lot of times when I'm working with things, I don't want to stain the wood. So basically what I'll do is cover it with plastic, just regular plastic like you use to cover your windows. Well, I cut off a nice little piece out of this large box I have with a roll and just cover it from side to side, front to back. And then that way I can work on things. This comes in real handy when you're working with a bunch of slabs of ribs and you have to peel the fell off of the back of it. You can just slap it on here. The plastic's there. You're not worried about bacteria and so forth. Because when I'm done with all of this and this is packaged away, I'm just going to take this package, ball it up, and put it into the garbage can right there. It's going to be done for the day. Okay? So that concludes this video. of Williams Healthy Salad. Oh, no, one last thing. This container here is what was left over from the mixed vegetables. So, if some morning I wake up and I want to have breakfast during this week, I can do that also. It's okay to add a meal. What I'll do is take 2 eggs, I'll beat them up and add some different spices to them. And then, what do you call it? Take like a big spoon of this, toss it all into the skillet, and gently stir fry it until the eggs are completely done and the vegetables are still pretty much raw. Okay, so I get a lot of nutrients and flavors out of this. The other thing I didn't tell you that I added is I had some crushed up dill and crushed up peppermint that I also added into the salad. I might have mentioned it, I don't know. So anyway, I have all my little lids here, and I'm gonna close them, cover them, close them. They'll end up stacked in the back of my refrigerator. Like I say, every day, all I have to do is go in, grab one of them, slap a piece of salmon on it, which I normally do the night before, take a salmon steak, pop it on top of there, and then they're ready to go, okay? Another thing, my daughter has a business where she prepares custom-made meals for people, custom-made gourmet meals for people who don't feel like cooking, and they may be on a diet that restricts them to certain foods. She makes sure that she adheres to whatever your diet restrictions are, and she comes up with some fabulous combinations. Next post, I'm going to have her information. So if you're interested in getting your meals made for a week or whatever, you'll be able to contact her. And that's about it. Remember to have a great day, and it always helps if you smile, no matter what. Have a great one. Bye.